and on point, can't let them catch me sleep. I can't let these niggas slide out on me. That's why I'm clutching on these 30s, bitch, you know I'm gon' squeeze. I can't let these niggas ride out on me. My eyes open on point, can't let them catch me sleep. I can't let these niggas slide out on me. That's why we clutching on them burners, bitch, you know we gon' squeeze.
I have no idea. Which one of these kids is this?
Doing this across.
I gotta go.
Hey, why you not at school, little boy?
Oh,
What happened? Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all, these kids is crazy. Y'all, how y'all doing? Shout out to everybody that's popping on this live, you guys. I have been trying to do Soco in the morning, y'all, and it has been unsuccessful this morning. I don't know if it's a time frame or what it is that I am doing that's not of agreement with Instagram. However, that's the reason I keep changing the start time, because I'm trying to decipher from that. My whole show is based on me being live, so if I can't go live and I keep getting kicked off, there is no show. So I'm going to try to email them and figure out why is there so many glitches and why am I steady being kicked off. But I really just wanted to talk to you guys about the word no. You get what I'm saying? Like how it can be a negative impact and you can use it for a positive. So that was really what today's about. Normally on Soco in the morning, good morning. Good morning. Normally on Soco in the morning, I go through and get current events. However, yesterday was Valentine's Day. I don't want to talk about love. I want to talk about music. So it was nothing in current events that made me, that stuck out. Sorry about it was a massive shooting that took place. My prayers goes out to the families and all the ones that were live that were affected by that. This is a sad situation because it's happening way too often. They need to do something with these gun laws. They need to do something to, some type of things need to be put in place. It got to be some type of prevention. I know we can't really predict or prevent it, but I wish it was something we can do to protect our youth, our future, our future people that's lives are being cut short because whatever bad day. And that's what brings me, to be honest, that's what brought me to talk about the word no. When a person get up and do something massive like that, like decide they're gonna take lives, it probably came from a no. It probably came from being told no. And we gotta learn to start accepting no for what it's worth. and question the no. Because sometimes, that's why I said no doesn't always mean no, you know, because it's something led to that. People don't just get up and just say, I'm going to kill a bunch of people. What type? I use all different. I use different stuff. I use CoverGirl, a lot of CoverGirl, but it's mocha caramel. I use mocha caramel. It's my color complexion, and then I use a bronzer, and then a light undertone for my cheeks. So, and then the lighting just helps it out. So I try to use natural. I don't want to look too like heavy. You know, it's early in the morning. Nobody needs to have on $1,000 worth of makeup early in the morning. But yeah, I was just talking about like what we gotta figure out is what's causing it. So as an artist, only reason why I want to like, no, I don't want to talk about no love. No, not on my show. Y'all say that for the shade room and the rest of the rooms and the rest of that. God, I want to talk about music, not love. This is not a love. I mean, unless you got a song about me, love, then we can talk about that. But as far as me talking about just sitting up here talking about love, I ain't talking about no love on here. This ain't love and hip hop. This is Soco in the morning, you know. And love ain't it. That ain't. I mean, it is it for people, but it ain't it for me. How about that? It ain't what my show gonna be about. It's about music. Unless, like I said, you got a song about love, bring it. I'll play it. I'll play a song that you got about love. So yeah, I wanted to talk about just hearing the words no and trying to learn how to apply. Like I said, I think a lot of the massacres that happen, a lot of the shootings that happen, it happens from a no. A lot of people take no's and they take it personal. Me, I never take no personal. I always question the no. I always want to know, like, okay, you told me no. I accept it right away. I'm accepting of the no if you tell me no, and then I question it. Okay, so what can I do to make it better? Or what did I do wrong? Like before my live was ending, I was talking about when I met Stevie J and when I was at work. I think had him in 2012, 13, and he told me I didn't even know who he was. First of all, I was just sitting out on my lunch break eating, and he was like, "Hey, you got a little look about yourself. What you do other than this?" He's like, "Cause I know this not your job." I was like, "To be honest, I do. I work in there." And he was like, "Oh, you look like an entertainer." And I was like, I think my hair had to be blue or some. I was always wearing some type of crazy color, and I was like, "Yeah, I can rap a little bit." And he was like, "Rap." So of course, you know me. That's why I always talk about being on the spot, doing all that. I instantly rap him. He was like, "Oh dang!" He was like, "You good?" He was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, at that time, I went by the name Black. So that's why I tell y'all, like, no don't always mean no. So I was like, Black. He was like, Black. I'm like, yeah, BLACC, Black. And he was like, you Coco, though. You're not even dark. So I go on and tell him, I'm like, oh, no, you know, it's 14 of us. I'm number 12. It's, you know, going to my little history or whatever. Keep in mind, I don't even know who Stevie J is. I didn't even know who he was. Because he didn't say, he didn't introduce himself to me in that manner for me to know. We were just having a mutual conversation. He had just came out of the drive-thru and I was just sitting there and he noticed me. So I'm like, he was like, change your name. He was like, that don't fit you. He was like, you Coco or whatever. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, I'm talking to my friend. I was talking to Kimmy. I was like, girl, he didn't just tell me my name don't fit me, you know, or whatever. And then, because it never dawned on me, like, okay, whatever. Names can be important. So I'm like, he like, oh yeah, and I'm Stevie J. He was like, look me up. He was like, but don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you're going to read about me. So instantly, I'm like, look this guy up. Come to find out it was Stevie J. I was like, oh my God, here it is. I'm like, oh, he was like a producer or something. And instantly, I got to thinking about my name. So at this time now, I'm not Soco. I'm only Black. I'm Black, right? So I instantly thought about it, right? Because that could have, if my name would have been, I guess, of statute or something that he liked, who knows? He would have probably went on to, you know, exchange information with me or whatever. I don't know because I never pursued anything beyond that with him. So I go in and I'm like, I went to a magazine event. They was having some type of conference. I used to do a lot of conferences and different things like that. At this time, I'm still black. So I'm like, I'm going there and people talking to me, and in my mind, I'm thinking like, dang, you know, this guy just told me that name don't fit me. So at this time, I don't change it. So I'm at this conference, and I think Mike Will, T.I., it was a big conference. There was a lot of people. I don't know if Kevin Shine was there. It was a lot of different people there. Like, these people were just beginning. I think Mike Will was like 25 at the time. So, so this is just how long I'm trying to tell you I've been dealing with the industry and music. So I go in, and I'm still black, and I'm talking to people, and I'm kind of skeptical about saying my name. So I just, the whole time I'm just listening. I'm just, you know, I'm sitting out there in the crowd, and they talking about, oh, all you got to do is reach out to us, and, you know, all the regular things that they say. Now, let me tell y'all, they'll tell y'all to reach out to them, but you might not hear nothing from them. So don't get discouraged, because, like I said, no doesn't always mean no. No could simply just mean not right now. So I was talking to, was it Rich Homie Quan or somebody? I don't know. I was talking to one of these people. Keep in mind, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm not fanned out. So y'all going to learn real fast about me that I don't have a lot of patience with people, because I didn't think I've always felt equal. I never felt like I'm here with you and you better than me. I felt like we was doing the same thing. I was in the same building. I was representing me. You were representing you. So I was never fanned out. I don't have a lot of pictures with people, because I was never doing that. I was always there, and I was doing the same thing there. I was definitely information, gathering information, doing things like that. So I think I was sitting next to Rich Homie Kwame. He was like, oh, it's this girl right there, you know, whatever. And I'm like, and I'm talking to my manager, Eric, and I'm like, oh, what's that? And she's like, oh, that's Rich Homie Kwame. And I'm like, oh, okay. Didn't think none of them or whatever. But instantly, I'm still thinking about my name though, right? So I left the event, and then somebody was like, they was like, oh no, we had to do music. We had to actually rap. So we were doing music or whatever. We was actually doing some type, whatever it was, seminar. I'm gonna tell you, I was always doing something. I was totally active when it came to music. I was always at some seminar, some type of cipher, some type of something, because that's what I wanted to do. Music was my thing. That's what I was into. So I was always at some type of event. And you're in Atlanta, you're going to find that these people are really big supporters. If you're in Atlanta and you can network with people and get to know some of these people, they're real humble people. They will take you under their wing. I'm talking about, you'll be laughing, joking. You won't even, the start part of them will go away, because they are very humble people. Don't believe the hype of which I hear about Atlanta. Atlanta are really supportive people when it comes to music. Very supportive. So somebody was like, oh, I don't know, what's her name? They just kept saying, what's her name? She cold. I wouldn't say my name no more, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Stevie J was in my mind. So I'm like, dang, I gotta change my name. So I got to thinking. So I ended up, like, I think about 3 months later, I went to another conference. And I keep in mind, I'm thinking about the fact that Stevie J told me my name, and he was like, oh, you Coco, you not. And then I'm hearing the last conference I was in, they was like, so she cold. So what I done was, somebody walked up to me, and they was doing an interview, and they was like, and what's your name? I was like, Soco. I instantly was like, Soco. I instantly dropped black. I instantly became Soco that day. So I was just like, oh, you part of the promotion team? Well, welcome aboard the promotion team. I appreciate you being on board and supporting. So yeah, so right then and there, I became Soco. It was just me putting together something I heard somebody say about me. They was like, you know, because I used to rap, so they was like, oh, she cold. So I always heard cold. And then I was like, I combined my colors, so it was like, oh, she Coco. Soco. That's how I became Soco. And then I was such a sweetheart, so I edited it out. I was like, okay, that's how you're gonna become Soco Doll. So that's how I was born. That's how Soco Doll came about. It came about me hearing, no, black don't fit you. So I say that to say, let's tell that story to say, like, don't take all the no's you hear and not apply it, because instantly I never thought about that. And then as time went on, and I think, who was I wrong? Was it Cat One or Two Chainz? There was somebody video shoot I was at, and I was like, and I had got an email, and it was like, you want to come be in this video? And believe it or not, y'all, I'm in videos and stuff. I don't do none of that. I don't really talk about nothing because, like I said, that's when I was active. I ain't active like that no more. I'm only here as to give information on how y'all can be better than me, okay? So, and they was like, you know, you remember Teddy Boy? I was like, Teddy Boy? And they was like, he changed his name. And I thought about myself, I'm like, so yeah, you can reinvent yourself, because when I knew him as Titty Boy, like I liked his music as Titty Boy, but he became a superstar, a mega star when he changed his name to 2 Chainz. So it is power and change, and I'm sure that he probably had the same type of experience that I had when somebody was like, "No, black don't fit you." You get what I'm saying? That was just my childhood nickname. It don't fit you. So he instantly became Titty Boy, and I mean he went from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz, and instantly became a mega superstar. You know what I'm saying? So don't take the criticism that you get is the nose and just run with it. Temptation even had to change their name. So many people had to change their name to become who they are. So something simple as that could lead to a no though. So I tell you that. That's why I say all no's are not don't mean no. Sometimes you just need to correct something. Something just might be a little bit off, or you might just not be ready. You get what I'm saying? Like, so when you hear no, don't let it beat you down. Use it, apply it, start figuring excellent. Like, you know what could I have done? Challenge them. What could I have done to get a yes? And then if they tell you, some of them will be so happy that you even countered the no, that you challenged it, that they'll actually like tell you like, oh well, you know, you sound like everybody else. And a lot of times people, and I'm gonna tell you another thing about me, I never listen to other people's music. And my manager, she used to be like, so cold, girl, you gonna have to learn how to listen to other people's music. And I'm like, it wasn't personal, it wasn't that I didn't want to know what they were saying. I don't write. I do everything from up here. I don't write. I'm very skilled at my memory. I can go in a booth and do a song. First of all, let me tell you how I format. I'm really weird. I don't know if anybody else weird like me. So I can play a beat. I hear the beat. Then I can't hear the beat no more. I gotta go in silence for about 10 minutes. Guess what I'm doing? My mind is doing. It's memorizing the beat. So now my mind's memorizing the beat, right? And now I'm already formatting the song. Already, instantly. Like, I don't know why I'm programmed that way. So because of that, I never really listened to other people's music, because for one thing, I didn't want to mimic no one else. I didn't want to be told that, oh, you sound like, because keep in mind, they would put females in a box. We were to every female that came out either sounded like Queen Latifah, let them tell it, MC Light, let them tell it, Trina, or Lil' Kim. Those were our 4 choices. Soon as I started rapping, oh my God, you know who you sound like? Who? You sound just like Trina. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm just a woman. We have high-pitched voices. I do not sound like no Trina. I do not sound like MC Light. I do not sound like Queen Latifah. I don't sound like none of them people. It's just because they used to keep women in a box. They would only want us to either rap really, 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 really street, or really, 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 really trashy. It was really no in between for a woman artist. So, which is why I'm proud of the ladies that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are coming out versatile. I like the energy y'all bringing. I wish some ladies come on this show, because actually I've been checking. Like I said, I always check my my ratio, and it shows me that the interaction that I have from male and female. Now, I have went up. I'm at 27% women interaction, but it's way too many women out here that got bars for me to be sitting up here only with a 27% on the show. Hopefully, I get a woman on the show to come in and do her music, or at least let me hear some of this music y'all got. And don't, as soon as y'all want to be a rapper, y'all do not instantly gotta be gay, or I don't know what it is about woman. When she come in, she gonna be either real trashy with the raps, or she gonna come out as like too boyish. And to me, it's like, you don't really have to do that. First of all, I make I didn't make trap music. But it was because of where I grew up. I come from the Midwest. I grew up in East St. Louis, Illinois, and I was surrounded by it. It was an everyday lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? I walked outside, I done seen crack pipes, I done seen drug dealers, I done walked up on bodies. I didn't been overly exposed to the streets for a very, very, very long time. So a lot of my lyrics came from my environment. It came from what I was seeing. Keep in mind, I grew up in a really good home. I was inside. Once I was in the inside, I was good. But when I stepped outside, the world was right at my doorstep. So a lot of the music that I was making was always centered around what I was seeing or what I was experiencing. So I didn't have it wasn't a fairy tale. You know, I didn't see doors get kicked in. I done seen drugs being cooked up. I done seen so much. So when I tell my story, when I'm speaking my truth, I'm speaking from experience. You get what I'm saying? So people would say, "Oh, she only made trap music." Well, I thought the goal was to make music, real music that had something to do with what you experienced in life. So that's the reason that I used to have that. So as I grew in with the music, I learned to like create different stories. I started learning how to create that fantasy of what people wanted to hear. So that's how I came up with different songs, and when I would do different type of songs, because a lot of people, first of all, every time that somebody would do a feature with me, they would want me to do like what you call like them duets with the trap this and like love songs. I'm like, I don't do love songs, you know. And the second gonna say I don't do love, but it's not that I don't do it. It's just that I didn't, you know, like I said, where I grew up, I wasn't able to see those type of things. So I only rapped about it. And it wasn't that I was like trying to be a trap queen or anything. I lived in East St. Louis, Illinois. It was like a lot of property. It was a lot of different things that I saw, you know, and my eyes seen stuff that y'all probably wouldn't imagine, you know. And I would always tell my story in my music. So that's how a lot of the music came out. But it was my escape, you know. Music was my escape. So when I would go to like different seminars and different things like that, that was my comfort, because when, like I said, my name originally was Black, and it came from something that was used to be a negative toward me, because keep in mind, like as time go, y'all gonna grow. As we grow and the show grow, I'll give you guys more of my life. I'll let y'all into my life. I'm really sheltered, to be honest. Like I don't share a lot of my personal life, because I never, like, only through music. Like I told her to start the music, but people just be like, that didn't happen with that young lady. Look at her, that's not her story. That's my story, for real. That's really my story. But that'll be on a, you know, it's time to go, and I become more open, you know, with the show. I'll share different things, like, you know, I try not to mention, I know y'all big on like names and who this is and who that is, but I was fortunate enough to be around a lot of people, and like I said, only thing I took from it was information, and I built good relationships. It ain't too many people that I dealt with back when I was doing music that I couldn't probably reach out to and get a good response. But I don't like to bother people. I was never the kind of person that wanted to bother anybody. I always wanted to just be like, I ain't asking for no help. So another thing, you guys, y'all got let the egos go. Like, if you want to reach out to somebody, reach out to them. The worst thing they can say is no. But even if they say no, counter it with why. You get what I'm saying? Ask them questions. Question them. Stop on their no. Like, okay, you said no, I get it. All right, so what do I got to do to work with you? You get what I'm saying? Like, start saying stuff like, what do I got to do to work with you? I want to work with you. I feel like that we'll vibe good together. What do I got to do? Start countering those no's and turn them into yeses. And you're gonna hear 100 no's before you hear one yes. And you got to be willing to understand that if somebody told you yes off the bat, you wouldn't even appreciate it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate so much of all the things that I went through, because I heard a lot of no's. I heard, oh, you should be more like this? Or won't you try doing this? How about you dress like that? How about you start rapping like I was told, oh well, can you make your voice softer? Softer? Like what does that mean? Like how do I make my voice softer? And he's like, oh, you know, like kind of proof and you talk more. And I'm like, then I'm not being true to myself. Like that's not how I rap, you know. So it was crazy. I'm telling y'all. But yeah, y'all gotta understand that no don't always mean no. So that's really the main thing that I wanted to share with y'all. Of course, I'm gonna play some music. Y'all know that. So I'm gonna start playing a little music. Let's hope things don't go wrong with this or whatever. But y'all know it can go anyway. This is a live show. Oh, also, all right, you guys. Before I start playing any music, let me continue with this conversation real quick. I'm working on an independent artist tour. All right, you guys. And I want you guys to understand how important it is for you guys. It's very, 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 very important that you guys go on this tour if you have never done it before. You have to start taking yourself serious. All right, you guys. We can't keep saying we want this, and we're not doing nothing about it. Touring is the biggest thing you can do as an artist, independent or a signed artist. It doesn't matter. You have to tour. You have to get out here and let these people learn you, know who you are. It gives you so much insight. Like you can go on. I remember when I first was doing music, I had a group called Ladies on Point, and we would be on stage, and it would be 1,000 of us, and we had so many people on stage, and it was weird. Like it was crazy, but it helped our stage performance. You had like just because you can go back and you can look and you be like, oh dang, I did this, I shouldn't have did that, I shouldn't have said that. You know, and you learn how to hold your microphone, and it's so much stuff that you learn when you tour or when you go into different places, because you get a chance to correct it at the next location. So let's say you stumble or you forget your words or whatever happened, right? You can go back and you can redo it. You have the option to correct it. And that's really all it is about. It's about learning yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like I hear so many people and I just be like, I wonder what they sound like. You know, like I wonder. And it's not because I'm not hearing you. I'm hearing your lyrics, but then I'm also hearing this person's voice and this person's voice. And then I'm like, you can tell that all they do is sit down and listen to other people and mimic what they're, you know. Ray Charles, he used to mimic other people. He can mimic anybody, right? But he came a mega star when he learned who he was, who he was. You get what I'm saying? Like you got to learn yourself. So these tours, the thing about doing a tour is not only is it a money-making opportunity, it's a networking opportunity. You're going to meet different people from different places, and you can start doing features, and you can start doing shows, and, you know, hopefully keep it going, because that's how you're going to make your money. That's the only real sure way to make money. You got, music is 10% talent, 90% hustle. You got to start hustling if this really what you want, okay? So I'll have information about the tour coming up. As I gather it together. Keep in mind, I ended up getting knocked down with the COVID, so it took away some time from me. But I've been slowly but surely getting myself back together. So now that I'm doing that, I am going to continue on with the tour. So I'm going to go ahead, and of course, yeah, I know I can't get on my live without playing any music, so I'm going to play some music, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the day. I want to play a few songs, and then I'll start by talking, and then I'll play some more music, you know what I'm saying? Because mainly that's all I care about. I just want to continue to play independent artist music, because I think that's a lot of it don't get out. So I want y'all to be able to hear these people.
First thing first, gotta handle business. Get up off your ass and start what you finish. I'ma push it to the max. Now I ain't got no limits. I just wanna say, but all I do is spin it. Can't talk shit if you don't know, man. Can't get it off if you don't want it. I say that's my homies. I don't fuck which phone know you. Can't pass blood if I don't know you. If I don't know you, if you step out the line, I have to show you. Feeling like a king, I got the world on my shoulders. I can't give in, I will never fold up. Moving too fast, sometimes I gotta slow up. Moving too fast, sometimes I gotta slow up. First thing first. First thing first. Gotta handle business. First thing first. First thing first. Gotta handle business. Gotta handle business. Gotta handle business.
All right, you guys, that was King Guala with First Things First. You know, you guys always, I gotta play some music, so I'm gonna play a little music before I get out of here. I'm gonna leave it soon.
Yeah.
I really gotta get this earring in here.
I got these stick, no niggas hurt. If they can't slap, they gon' try to close cut. Working on X and I be perfect. Wanna make it with this rap shit, but it's worth it. Back a new boy, just get the church. Whatever you do, don't stop hating. I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think it's working. So I gotta keep sticking like no niggas hurt.
Oh,
They catch me like they gon' close the curtain.
legend.
I'm working on X and I'll never be perfect. Wanna make it with this rap shit, but is it worth it? If I had to do this, I get the jerk, and whatever you do, don't stop hating, I think it's working. Yeah, I think it's working. Yeah. It's cause baby, go back in.
Go get your
I ain't even scratch the surface. She say, babe, pick up the phone and shit out. But it's don't get it till it feels till it's hoe hit. If I pull this bitch out, I ain't gonna miss a commercial. You can keep that one, I'm brain. Trying to find more ways to get this money off my brain. Niggas acting weird to me, like I had this bitch or something. Then leave this bitch with me, like I won't shine. I don't like that, think I survived in the dirt. She fell to her knees, I know she worship. Smooth rock word, and I don't like how niggas not raised it. No niggas hurt.
legend.
They gon' try to close curtains.
What's the matter with the legend? What's the matter with legend?
What's the
matter with legend?
Boy, just get the turn. Whatever you do, don't stop hating. I think it's working.
Come on.
Yeah, I think it's working.
What is PJ?
Stick. So I gotta keep sick, cause I know niggas hurt.
I gotta go, y'all. Let's get ready to go.
If they catch me laughing, they gon' close the curtain. I'm working on action.
All right, you guys. I want to thank everybody that came and hung out with me. As always, I'll be back this evening with the Freestyle Hour. Of course, y'all know that this is a live show. All the music is featured by unsigned artists that's on the rise. If you would like to be a guest on the show, you would have to email me at saradio_artist@yahoo.com. Your videos, the lives that you do on here, does go to YouTube, and that's SA Radio 23 on YouTube. So you can go back and you can watch this video anytime at your earliest convenience. I want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support that y'all have been giving me as this show continues to grow. Keep in mind that it is alive, so I have no idea what's going to happen. It's completely uncensored. So parental advisory strongly suggested this is not a show that's designed for kids. However, I'm not